London! It's been 8 years, but we're finally back. Please welcome to MSI, PSG Talon, and Detonation FocusMe!
Fight for your life. Fight for your life. Fight for your life. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your fight. Fight for your life. You better fight. Fight for your life. You better fight. Fight for your life. Yeah. You better fight. Let's go. Right here, right now. Bring it on. Here we go. Fight for your life.
Out of mid focus with how much setup there is for their junglers in the mid lane.
And I have to say, I'm a little surprised by DFM's draft. I anticipated a bit more aggression. I expected a little bit more like proactivity. Granted, they do have the Annie in the mid lane, so they do have tools to make proactive plays, but anticipate them looking to try and play through pockets in vision and picks. That's typically what we've seen from this team over the course of the year.
Yeah, they're definitely a team that likes to get out on the map early. Harp can move around a lot. PSG, a lot of the times, Junja, like you said, is playing more control, making sure the enemy team can't get these big leads, play around his lanes, get vision out, make sure everyone feels safe. It's a little bit more of a facilitator for the team, but works very well with Steel and Harp. We'll have to see where they try and go for it. For me, I'm very interested in looking at PSG just because I think for a lot of people, they are the dark horse third team to get out of this stage 1 that's coming in. There's going to be 3 teams to get out of the 8 teams competing right now and move into the main stage, and there's a debate between who's going to get that last spot. I think a lot of people are pretty safely betting G2 and BLG as favorites to get out. Golden Guardians, PSG, who is it going to be? And I think, like I said, for a lot of people, PSG actually is rated higher than Golden Guardians in their power rankings. And so this is a pretty big statement game to go up against one of the best minor region teams in recent years from Japan and see if they can actually kind of get a foothold in this tournament.
And I think that to kind of extend on that conversation, like when you look at PSG in their domestic finals, it looks immaculate. The way that they play, very slow, very correct. Pillar kill of the tournament forces the flash out, but ultimate's still available for Tol 2. He's moving into the play, Steel with a Cyclone onto Junja, follows him over the wall as the rocket flies across the map. PSG backing away from this one. Rocket straight between the goalposts.
All right, goal there for Unipon on the other side of the map. We'll see if PSG are going to let this one go. Shelly's still at half health. Rest of PSG collapsing in. Yubao's in a nice flank position here.
They're letting nothing go. Absolutely nothing. Yubao in. Tol 2 misses the ultimate and will be taken down as 1-for-1 so far. There's Junja on the backside. The charm is nice onto Arya. There's now the all-out 2v1 on the top side of the play. And Arya forced away, but the health bars are so low. Yubao getting the recess, but he can't quite finish the kill onto Arya. No flash from earlier as he looks for a little bit more, and there's a bonus kill on top.
3-for-1 for PSG, able to steal away the Rift Herald as well. DFM using so many of their ultimates pre-fight. PSG back off, they absorb that initial engage and then find the re-engage with all those tools down.
Junja, Corgi, the coach for the team, both of them previously on that EDG roster. The way I see PSG right now is like Diet 2021 EDG. Like that same style of like they want to play through strong lanes and they want to apparently dive in the top side as well. As a hook from Woody. It's knockups galore and it's damage coming out from Yubao. Absolutely immaculate stuff.
Great play by PSG there, breaking the mid turret open, and during that time moving up to the top side. You can just see absolutely beautiful vision control for them here in this side of the map. They have that little section cordoned off there. Hold on, got a fight going.
Wako has the damage!
No.
They thought they had the weak side. They thought they had the play, but Wako just annihilates them.
That they are so in the lead. Here you see the dangers of trying to make a play against White Gunafelios. Drops the turret down there, starts stacking the chakrams, eats some turret damage as well. Very clean combo there. Gets that last auto attack with range from the green gun. Chakrams come flying in. Boom.
That's beautiful stuff coming out from him.
No celebration. He's a cold. See if there's a bit of a chase down here for DFM if they're actually going to go for the engage. All 5 are grouped up. Tol 2 does have his ultimate back available. We'll see if he decides to pull the trigger, but doesn't look like they're going to go for it. And speaking of patience, how many people in solo queue greed for that turret and die? How many pro players do? Oh!
Or greed for this vision and die. It's Junja caught out. A great little pick for DFM, but now Yubao wants to go for the fight anyway. Gets the charm onto Harp. There's a crescendo onto the backside as well. But in the meantime, the rest of the fight is going the way of DFM. Woody trying to escape. Wako up in the river as well as Woody does walk away with his life. Unipon can't quite finish that one off. but it's a great little series of picks coming out for DFM, and now an opportunity.
Yeah, 2 picks, able to grab some objective bounties here as well. Drop this mid lane turret. Right as we were talking about the control for PSG, Junjie gets blown up, split away from the team. Alive, the vision control, they'll start a Baron if they feel like it. PSG on the far side is, even if they have vision control, if they feel like DFM might face check, they're not the most aggressive team about starting it.
And there we go, they force an ultimate out, told to. Roots it up. Oh, it's a great little hook though from Harp. It's a crescendo of clappage as he finds himself that hook, and Steel follows up for a little bit more. Aja hooked again. Harp is on a roll right now. It's a power chord coming on through as Junjie trying to escape. Aja somehow gets away with his life though, and now DFM could be in trouble because Wako free firing, and it's Yubao on the top side of the play. Steel trying to escape with Arya, but Yubao wants to chase them down. The charm is there. A double for Wako.
Absolute miracle turnaround there. The fact that Aja is able to get out alive somehow buys time for the rest of PSG to collapse. 4 for 1 on the tail end of that fight, and Baron gonna go in their pockets.
The hooks looked so good from Harp, but unfortunately, the greater situation, not the same. And now PSG, they get that objective that they've been posturing for.
I thought for sure DFM was about to win that fight, maybe themselves set up for a Baron on the tail end of it, but just not enough damage to finish out Aja there, who somehow was able to survive. Bought enough time for the rest of PSG to collapse.
Great bit of playmaking there from Yubao as well on the backside of the fight, like to threaten the backline to the point where there wasn't enough follow-up.
So exactly what I was saying, they'll almost never start the Baron. They're going to be in these near bushes, camping, trying to find picks. The fact that they get this one on Woody with a nice hook by Harp there looks like a great pick off there. The ult from Toll 2 getting flashed out again. But here, the second hook onto Aja is when I'm like, okay, this is looking great. They blow all their spells to finish him off, but you can see the kind of disruption that comes through. Junjie and Yubao on those sides, flying in, stopping the damage from being able to continue through onto Aja and actually finish him out. There's the stopwatch forced by Arya. The fact that they're able to blow up Beautifon. No time to talk about it, though.
Woody goes into the backside of the pit, gets a hook onto Steel. Toll 2 trying to buy space for his team. 4K on the Dragon as it resets. Woody might have to get back out of the play here. Toll 2 only a knock up onto Junjie. Steel 1 HP, taking down Junjie on the backside of the play, and the follow-up is there from Aja. Pulls him over the wall and takes them down. Yubao with a double, and PSG, this is full fat fighting.
A 5 for 0 PSG quadra kill coming in there for Yubao. They have minions in the mid lane. This might be game if they choose to try and push down through there. Instead, working bot and really make sure this game's in their hands.
So we can have a moment to take another look at this team fight. As Junjie dive in the backside alongside Yubao.
Yeah, I gotta say, for Toll 2, just really struggling to find targets for his ultimate here. He just kind of drops it onto the jungler for Junjie there. Yubao did ult away, but he's just never really focused the backline down. And of course, very easy for PSG to take this front-to-back team fight after they're so far ahead in gold and there's no threat on their actual backline. They just melt through DFM one after another.
I mean, they have a healthy deal with Wako in these fights. Like, when your Malphite doesn't find that great of an ultimate, you don't, even if they end up losing this game, they get another stab at this. I would love to see a little bit more proactivity in their draft. I would love to see a bit more. Where's the Xin Zhao that we saw in their final?
Munchable's already moving on to game 2, done with game 1, huh? It's definitely the case where it does feel like pretty doomed.
I can recognize a game state, okay? We're 12K up in 27 minutes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at this point.
No, they're coming back right now. TP flank from Toll 2.
Here we go. Wako caught. We said, how can they catch the Aphelios? That is how the Cyclone there was Steel. Going to trade his life for it. Junjie does find the answer. And now they're on the wrong side of the play. Junjie turns golden as Aja tries to protect his jungler. Looking for Unipon, and his AD carries down on both sides. Ari the next target, but a great little lantern from Harp. But it's not enough. With Toll 2 falling, PSG once again find their fight.
We've been hyping up Wako, but there are other threats for PSG available. Aji and Yubao clean that fight up from the backside, able to find multiple kills. He TPs into the mid lane, trying to end the game right now. TP coming in for Yubao as well, healing up in the fountain first.
It's a bit aggressive from Aja. Might be in trouble here. One more tower shot, but he walks away. That's some swagger in the top lane coming out from PSG, who look fantastic today. They woke up on the right side of the bed. They're not going to win. They're going to... And look, we said they play safe. That's as safe as it comes.
I mean, I was even, to be honest, I was surprised they TP'd mid. I thought for sure that was a take the top turret inhibitor.
Playing bodyguard, playing bouncer in that jungle. DFM perhaps baited by the fact that it's been so slow previously. Not going to check it just yet. Steel trying to finally move on forwards. PSG kiting away from this one. Junjie behind enemy lines. He wants Unipon here. All 5 players are here, but look at that. Yubao on the play with him. And it is just immaculate. Once again, PSG looking fantastic in these fights.
Absolutely clinical fight there by PSG, finding the back line of Udapon, instantly assassinating him. Yubao and Aji in the most two recent fights being absolutely huge. And this is what makes PSG such a threatening team here in stage 1 of bracket play. Multiple threats available for their team. Very clean early game, and then an explosive mid to late game team fighting team.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And the PCS kind of showing up here. Game number 1, playing their game and playing it damn well. 23-5 to finish. And I think PSG making a statement here saying, hey, we're here to play.
First game of MSI, showing up, absolutely destroying their competition and saying this is a team that you got to keep your eyes on as we move throughout this tournament. Though we might be getting ahead of ourselves. Remember, bracket play, like we said, it's a best of 3. DFM are going to have time to go back, head to